guys, welcome back. How are you? Good? Great. Okay, quickly guys, can you remind me what nouns are? What were they? Exactly, they could be a place, a person, a thing. There is one more. Okay, let me give you a hint. So, remember this picture, guys? There is a small boy. He is in the library. There are many things in the library, such as books, bookshelves, what do we see? A table, right? And the boy has an expression on his face like he has an idea. Great. Okay, so we remember them. Now, I will show you another picture. What do you see here, guys? Great, we see a cake, right? Do you guys like cake? Me too, I love cake. Okay, so now, what is this? How does it look like? Can you guys describe this cake to me? Great, it is big. Yes, Emily? It is huge, yes? Oh, that's a good one. It looks delicious, right? That's another one. Now, what color is it? Yeah, it's pink and it's brown and there's a little bit of light blue on it, you know. So, now, what is a cake? I mean, it's a noun, right? Because it's a thing, eventually. So here we have our noun, which is a cake. Now, all of these words that we used to describe the cake are called adjectives, right? Great. Okay, so adjectives are simply only words that describe nouns. And now we know what they are. So let's see an example here. We have a sentence. There was a red bus in the traffic. So we have our first noun. We have traffic, right? That's a noun. And what is the other noun? Yeah, we also have bus. Bus is also a noun. Now, is there any word describing the traffic? Of course, we know what it looks like generally, right? In the traffic, there are many cars, buses, and it's a chaos. But does it really state what it looks like? Is it a noisy one, or is it very super duper long? Yeah, there is no word describing it, right? Now, what about the bus? Exactly. We know what it looks like. I mean, slightly. We know it's red, right? Because it's describing the bus. So, it's a word describing the noun, which is an adjective. So, red here is our adjective. Great. Now, let's play a small online game with you guys. And it's from the learningapps.com. Okay, guys, so here we have our game. Now let's start with the first quiz. Adjectives. Okay, so identify the adjective from the given set of words. The elephant has a long trunk. So let's do this one together. We have an elephant, and that's a noun. Now, there is a word describing its trunk, right? Now, this is a tricky one. So the elephant here is our noun, and trunk is also a noun because it's a thing. I mean, eventually, it's from the elephant. So what is the adjective here? What kind of a trunk does the elephant have? Is it short? Is it huge? Or is it long? Great, long is our answer. So, there are 4 birds on the branch. Now, this is a tricky one, guys. So, there are birds, right? And we also have branch. These are our 2 nouns. Now, does it state what kind of a branch, it is? Is it a long one? Is it a short one? A tiny one? No, right? Or maybe it's a thin one. It's not there. Now, birds. Do we know what the birds look like? No, we don't. Do we know their color or? No, we do not. But, do we know how many birds there are? Yes, there are 4 birds. And this number is a word describing how many birds there are. So 4 is our adjective. Let's continue. We should eat healthy food. So, do this one on your own, guys. Let's see. Great, healthy, right? The food is healthy, so it's a word describing the adjective. Great, guys. Now, guys, I want to show you another picture. What do you guys see here? Yeah, Yeah, we see a duck, right? Well, but how does he feel? What do you think? Yeah, he is sad. He looks pretty sad, but why does he look so sad? Yeah, because they are laughing at him, right? If you look closely. Now, why do you think they are laughing at him? Me too, I don't know. So now, let's read this story, this fairy tale, and find out why he looks so sad. Now, our story today is called The Ugly Duckling by Hans Christian Andersen. And before we start, I will hand out each one of you one of these worksheets. Not really a worksheet, but sort of. Right? It's 2 pages. Right now, I want you to focus on the first page. Because as we read our story, we will be learning new vocabulary words. And I will ask you to write them down over here where it says My Word Bank. With a small, definition, or if you want to draw a quick picture next to it, you're free to do that. And at the end of the story, after we finish reading it, I will ask you to write a summary. And you can also draw a picture over here if you have time, right? So, when I ask you to write down the summary, I will also ask you to include at least 3 of the new vocabulary words that we learned today in class. And also, I will ask you to use adjectives, please. Because adjectives describe nouns and it makes your summary, or not only a summary, but stories, novels, and anything you'll see in the future more beautiful. Think of your summary as a tree and you are just decorating it with, toys, and different lights. See that as adjectives, right? So, before we start, I'll also ask you to brainstorm in these balloons. Okay, so let's start reading our story and find out what will happen with the ugly duckling.